Hello SWU lovers, War Turtle here from SWU-AUSTRALIA. I'm sure many of you guys have been playing around with your collections, getting ready for rotation. We've just had the launch of the new Secrets of Power set, and 6 sets we've got in Star Wars Unlimited since we've launched in March 2024. I went on a bit of a madness drive to reorganize all my cards, and noticed online that there wasn't really any guidance for how to organize your collection as a competitive Star Wars Unlimited player. So without further ado, I thought just make one. So here we are. Now I am going to claim this is the best way to organize your cards, bar none. No, I'm kidding. I've separated into 3. I'll call it the Toyota Prius approach, the RAV4 approach, and I'll call it the I want the best of the best Lexus LX top of the range type collection. So I'm going to run you through quickly which ones they are and what I consider the best and the way I do it as well. So without further ado, this is what I call the Toyota Prius approach. So this is a 3,200 cardboard box storage container. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. Very handy. They come from anywhere from $8 to about $30, depending which brand you want to get. And this is what I consider the best way to organize it if, 1, you care about efficiency. You care about most economical and the easiest way to build decks. Why is it easy? Let's say you separate it by color. Just for example, this is how I've organized some of my Star Wars bulk. So with a playset, you can actually get some sleeves. This is voluntary. Okay, you can put them all in play sets, and then you have it all sorted by color code. Okay, the numbers on the Star Wars cards automatically arrange it by blue, black, blue, white, blue. Blue, black, blue, white, mono blue, and then straight blue. So if you follow those, it will get you very easy to find. Now there is 2 options here. You can go 1 play set of everything, which is the way you probably want to. Maybe a 2nd play set for extreme playables, for example, resupply, those sort of cards. And you might consider as well either separating them by set or by what I used to do in another card game, Star Wars CCG, is actually just have all the sets grouped together. And then that way you might actually go alphabetical. So alphabetical for your entire collection, so not sorting by set, is the preferred method if you're going to combine all the sets. So not just Spark Rebellion. If you wanted to put all 3 sets, you would actually just go by alphabet, color, and even units and events and so forth, depending how you go. I found this way to be the best because other mentions. Now, there is a 5,000 card box. Don't get it. Big no-no. This is a very heavy box in its own right, and you don't need 5,000. Okay, it's about 250 cards for a set, the 750. Most cards, you'll have some cards out. You might not keep a whole bunch of the cards that are useless as well. You might not try to get play sets for everything. This should serve your purposes. Worst case, get a 2nd one or get the extra tubes just to make it easy. You can just pick this up, start building decks, okay, with your deck bod. Most efficient, most budget way, the Toyota Prius approach. Now, what is the approach that I like to do? Take you to my collection. So this is what happened when I got bored. I got an IKEA trolley and I took apart one of the shelves Actually, it's a secret compartment down here. And I like folders. You'll notice why I went through these folders. I'll just grab one. Rebelling. And I've got all my sleeves. I've also got a extra box for cards that I'm going to put away. Cards that I've purchased that I haven't yet organized in my collection. I've got one box, sits here, reminds me to go put them away. Yep, sleeves, deck boxes, ready to rock. Let's check out how we arrange the folders. So like I said, I don't put all the sets. I've kept all the sets separate. And the purpose of this is, one, I don't mind spending a few extra dollars, but it's still very budget friendly. I buy these Ultra Pro 360 eclipses because I find them very, the colors very vibrant. More importantly, they're very light, okay? Don't use D-ring binders. I don't care what people say. If you care anything about the condition of your cards, use these. And they're a lot more aesthetic as well. So I've just got one page of bases. I've got a copy of every leader. Funny enough, there's 18 leaders every set, and it fits very nicely into two 9-page pockets. So if you can go top of the range binders, there's Volt X, there's Palms Off Gaming, there's so many to name. You may consider doing the 4x4. I personally like the 3x3. So, and then I've got a hyperspace variant, and one shows, as you can see, the leader side, and one shows the rear side. Why do I do it? Because it looks pretty. I originally had it with as a Krennic, but then it just didn't look as nice and flow as nice. So it's nice being able to go like this. And so this is what I consider the best way to organize a collection for practicality, ease of use, and aesthetics as well, to enjoy my cards. I really love the art of trading cards, and that's why I play trading cards instead of video games. So as you can see, I've got it all by chronological card number order. I asked my son, should I go like this or should I go across? And it looks better across. So that's what I've done. You also noticed as well, what's inside. I put copies of a playset and I use a placeholder. Now, people don't like foils in this game for some reason. I felt sad that they're not used. So what I use, this is my 4th card and I keep it as a placeholder. So, for example, if I was a blue player and I wanted to use all my Yodas, I'll take my Yodas out, put them in my deck, boom, boom, boom. I would have this here, just as a reminder, if I wanted to rebuild a deck, it will remind me that Yoda's a card. So I know everyone uses electronic building. I often quite like just looking at the cards and following through. You'll also notice as well, with the Yoda and the Death Trooper, if there's an alternate art of a card, I'll keep a playset of them as well. If I like the art. So now that there's prestiges and all this stuff, I've chosen not to go and chase a full playset of everything. But as you can see, my Spark Rebellion folder is a bit more full because I did decide to go and chase a playset of all the alternate arts. So I'm like, when I'm sitting there building decks, okay, do I feel like I want Mr. Grande or do I want Mr. I'm stepping on something? Okay, and Yoda, I sometimes prefer the normal art. So often I use the normal art. So as you can see, this is the way. I've got alternate arts, as you can see. It flows straight into the green. Why? Because it's actually more even. So I've tried leaving the pockets empty, but it just doesn't feel as nice and it doesn't stay as balanced and protection of cards for equality of weight distribution. So Some pretty cards, Battlefield Marines, everybody needs those. So this is what I do. This is what I like to work towards, a full play set of hyperspace cards. And if you got that, that's it. If you get an upgrade, you swap it out, put the other ones in your bulk folder, etc., or give them to some new players. So you'll see some of the cards here have been taken out because they're in decks. So this is for competitive card players. So very pretty. I'll take you to the end. So this is the end. So you'll notice that it goes villainy, and then heroic, and then non-aspect cards. So towards the end, I have decided to just put some extra promos just to fill the gaps of extra things that I've got. Extra play sets of some of the alt arts. I decided that if it's the card looks the same and it's not actually an alternate art, I decided to not take the space and put it, for example, that's an extra play set. So I put it there. So, I mean, you do it the way that you like to and you consider pretty, but some of these cards I haven't put extra play sets in the front. For example, R2-D2, because I found that the card just looks exactly like the other one. So I've chosen not to put it next to it. Because behind it, for the promos, I've already got a playset of hyperspace. So it's not an actual alt art. So that's what I've got. It's a shame that these don't come in foil, but if all the other cards are foil versions, it'll look quite in sync. So that's just me being me. You'll notice here I've got what I deem as extra playsets of extremely playable cards. These are the cards that if you're going to play those colors, it's a high consideration that you're going to be playing it. You know, the Bamboozles, Powder Dark Sides, the Sparkle Bellends. It stops me from having to go to my bulk box to get the cards I need to build decks. I make it easy. And as I find I'm going to the bulk box, I might put extra copies, sets, or play sets in. For example, Confiscate. I might put extra play sets in because I found that many times when I'm packing up my decks, I got extra play sets of, and that's it. Now I'm going to show you one of the more recent ones. And this is why I believe this is the very best way to organize your TCG collection. Is you spend all this money on the cards, you should enjoy them. Besides playing with them, there's a lot of cards that are not playable. I would say maybe 90% of the cards in every set are not playable. But why can't you enjoy them? How do you enjoy them? Appreciate them. How do you appreciate them? Make them look pretty. Reminds you to read them every now and then when you're looking at them. I'm still missing some, so they'll get filled out as time comes. Same order as you can see. Now, why did I show this particular folder? Because I decided to get a playset of the arts that I like and cards that aren't staples. So this bad boy is not a staple. People think it was the best card ever. One, I don't really play much villainy, but I considered this the best version of that art for that set. So I decided to keep it. I only get this playset, and then if I get the normal one, I'll just trade it away or sell it. So some cards have got a lot of versions of it. For example, Fet's Fire Spray. Or, us older generation folk will call it Slave 1. How is Slave 1 presented? I like the art, so he's got 3 different versions. The Prestige, the Starter Deck, and the Weekly Play promo. So I try to keep it all together so I can decide when I'm building decks. Do I go full bling today? Or do I have a lot of hyperspaces in the rest of my deck and I want to stay consistent? That's a decision I want to do. I don't play with hyperspace foils. If you did play with hyperspace foils, maybe you know, instead of having 3 hyperspaces as a playset, you just have 3 hyperspace foils. The other reason why keeping in the folder does, it prevents the curling and the plastic, keep it out of sunlight, and it reduces the warping of the cards as well, besides all the scratchings and everything. So, but I'm a player first, so cards are played. So this, I do like the art of the normal one and the prestige. So I've got some extra spaces for it. So now, what about those amazing joinery cards? I break the rules for organization because I wanted Mace Windu, Yoda, and Kiernamundi. Well, Mace and Kiernamundi was in the same area, so I just had to move Yoda here. Why? Because they're joined, and it's about appreciating your cards. So if I was ever in my green section, I'd be like, where's my other Yoda? Well, he joins up with these guys. So this is about aesthetics. It's about practicality of having a full play set of the cards that you want to play. So I'm still missing one of these. So I did forget, the most important thing with a collection is having a digital library, so of your collection. So I'll show you what that looks like in a brief moment. So this is what I consider the best way to organize your collection. Okay. There is one more way, and I would call this the top of the line, best of the best, Lexus level. And I'm just going to pretend this. I'm going to link you to a video I found when I was going through my journey to decide how I'm going to do it. There's a gentleman that decided to go full on. So he had a folder, this level grade folder, you know, top of the line type stuff with zips and everything and covers. And he went and did his play sets for one folder. He had another master folder for his master collection. And then he went even more and went and had his collection actually had top loaded and sleeved cards. So he sleeved and top loaded every single one of them. And he had one of those top loader binders, which are very, very hefty, which I don't consider practical, hence why I don't believe it's the best way. But if you're the person that wants to protect your cards through and through, this is just my trade binder and my collectibles, and I'm just sorted because I theme. I've got a Stormtrooper theme going with some ATSDs, my favorite starts, some of my competitive stuff that reminds me. I've got some of my legendary trades from new sets, and anyone that's ever got some spare, I am a collector of I Am Your Fathers. So please reach out to me if you have some spare. So that's what I consider the top of the range. I'll link you to the video. He does it much better than me. You can see what top level collecting and playing looks like. He's a player / collector. So I am just a player. Bulk, what do we do? Star Wars Australia, our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Do join. Our community has given us a whole bunch of bulk, and I have taken time to sort many of such, and we provide play sets. Uncommons are really rare to actually get a full play set, so we do charge as a non-profit, which we use to host our events and do extra things for our community. But yeah, this is the best way, the old footy card approach. If you have extra bulk, this is a really good way to store them, just like a card shop, or just put them in some extra boxes and go from there. All right, I'm just going to show you what a digital library looks like, and that is the most important way to organize as well. So this is the digital collection tracker. Must have, absolute must have. So it shows ordered, some amazing person on Reddit made it. They seem to update it every single set. So you can track I've actually customized it for the latest one. So Secrets of Power, I remove the columns that I don't find useful, but as you can see, I keep whether I've got a foil version of them, if I've got a playset, which is 3, and how many hyperspaces I've got, how many promos, how many prestige, and how many hyperspace playsets I've got. That's how I use it. But the most important thing is make sure you've got a digital copy. So when you're buying cards or doing trades, you know exactly what you have and you don't have. Extremely, extremely important to make sure, you're not overspending on cards that you don't need. Or feel free to buy them, give them away. So just showing you some of the collections, some of the bulk. I've tried many ways on how to organize cards. This is the 5,000 box. It was gifted to me. I'm just using it now to organize some of the bulk that I've got, and more bulk. So yeah, I found the best way and I'm sharing it to you. Hope you enjoy it.